Hi, I'm Brent Calmer. Welcome to my channel where the goal is to help you appreciate even more the scents you love by understanding a little bit more about what goes into them. And in this episode, we'll be covering one of the more misunderstood perfume notes, which is amber. Let's get started. Amber has a warm, sweet, vanilla, sometimes powdery scent that you'll often see referred to as cozy or comforting. But what is it? Well, it may be easier to start off with what amber is not. It's not that gleaming fossilized tree resin that sometimes houses an ancient insect. If you're like me, that's the first thing you think of. And amber in perfumery is somewhat similar, but kind of a much newer version of that. It's also not a single thing. Amber is actually a mix or a blend of fragrant tree and shrub resins, most notably including labdanum and benzoin. And even given the fact that it is a naturally derived note, it's what's considered by perfumers like Victoria Frolova of Bois de Jasmin a fantasy accord, in the sense that it doesn't really exist outside of perfumery. It's something that comes from the imagination of the perfumer. Natural perfume pioneer Mandy Aftel says that the word amber came from the word ambre, which in the past was associated with ambergris. Now, ambergris, translated literally as gray amber, is in fact a material that is the digestive byproduct of a sperm whale, as weird as that sounds. This was and is a highly prized perfume ingredient. It has a marine animalic, powdery, sometimes sweet scent. Again, very highly prized. Fortunately now, for the welfare of the whales, it is outlawed in most places. But it just so happens that labdanum, which is one of the constituents of the classical amber accord, is very desirable in that it has a resemblance to ambergris. Now, there's no definitive amber accord, but two of the resins that typically show up are the aforementioned benzoin and labdanum. Now, benzoin is a resin that comes from two trees in the genus Styrax, one of which is found in Sumatra, Indonesia, and the other found throughout Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. And the way that it's derived is that an incision is made in the bark of the tree, the resin seeps out, it's allowed to harden, at which point it's scraped off, let sit for a period of months to purify, and then exported. Now, in the case of labdanum, what we're talking about is actually a shrub called the rock rose, which is native to the Mediterranean. In this case, the material, the resin, is derived by solvent extraction of the leaves and twigs. And while benzoin has kind of a sweet, what's sometimes called balsamic scent, labdanum has a different, you might say spicier or sometimes leathery, even smoky scent. And so they pair very well together. Now, labdanum has an interesting pedigree. It's been in use for many thousands of years. And it even has a couple cameos in the Old Testament's book of Genesis. In chapter 43, verse 11, we're told of a famine that strikes the land of Canaan, at which point Israel sends his sons to Egypt in the hopes of securing grain from the governor of Egypt. Now, this is one of the most profound stories in the Bible, where the governor of Egypt is, in fact, their brother, Joseph. But anyway, one of the gifts that Israel sends with the sons as a way of kind of clearing the way, incurring favor with the governor, is labdanum. It's considered so precious that to offer it to another person is a profound act of gratitude and hospitality. In perfumery, amber serves as a base note, and it's a powerful fixative which slows the evaporation of the higher volatility top and middle notes. And it is very versatile. It goes well with many other perfume notes in the base, for example, with patchouli, civet, incense, and musk, and lavender even. Now, one of the most famous perfumes that features amber is the 1925 Shalimar, created by Jacques Guerlain for the House of Guerlain. It's a bold composition that has bergamot at the top, rose and iris in the middle, and a base of vanilla, balsamic notes, and tonka bean, and that is what composes the amber accord. It also has, in some incarnations, kind of a spicy and animalic dimension that people really love. In addition, it has a powerful origin story. It was designed to evoke the real-life gardens of Shalimar, which are in what is today Lahore, Pakistan, Now, these were designed and built in 1641, initiated by the Emperor Shah Jahan, as a kind of Persian paradise garden that was built on Quranic principles. And it was built at what is widely considered to be the Mughal Empire's apex of artistic and architectural glory. Now, even the Perfume's flacon, or bottle, has a nod to the gardens of Shalimar. The bottle was designed by Guerlain, Jacques' brother, and the curvature actually mimics the curvature of the garden's basins, while the stopper, which is kind of that striking blue, is designed to evoke the water fountains in the garden. And now for the brief science geek out. In 2001, as they were manipulating galbanum molecules, IFF scientists discovered a novel molecule that it now calls Ambre Extreme. This name is no accident because Ambre Extreme is a powerful performance enhancer and stabilizer in many types of fragrance. Now, until 2015, Ambre Extreme was what is called a captive fragrance ingredient, which is one that is kept under wraps by its discoverer and used exclusively in its own creations. In 2015, however, it was released into the wild, into the wild of Perfumery and to the broader perfume community, to the rejoicing of perfumers everywhere. Ambre is an extremely popular note, so there are many well-known fragrances that feature it prominently. Some of them include Calvin Klein's Obsession, Givenchy's Pie, and Yves Saint Laurent's Opium. Now, I'd like to share with you 3 of my favorites, just because I think they're great. These are chosen not with regard to gender, because I'll basically wear anything that I think is beautiful, and you should do the same. That's just my view. My first choice is Yves Rocher's Ambre Noir, and this is an extremely well-balanced amber that has a captivating peppery top note before it descends into a, as I said, well-balanced mix of rich tonka bean absolute, which gives you the amber, as well as patchouli, vetiver, cedar, and lavender. And this was designed by Christophe Renaud, who is behind many wonderful fragrances. In addition, it's extremely affordable. I paid $27 for a 1.7 ounce bottle on sale, and there's just no reason not to get this. It has wonderful longevity too. My second choice is Aerin's Amber Musk. Now, this is more of a minimal amber, but what it lacks in volume, it makes up for in elegance. It has an amber and musk combination, along with kind of touches of rose, coconut, and lily of the valley. And I find this just a really kind of captivating and interesting scent that is not overpowering. And my third, for just a straight-on amber, very beautifully done, is Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. Now, this is really, as I said, a straight-ahead amber, but it also has kind of a lift to it that I can't quite place in terms of what note it is, but it definitely has a kind of effervescence that I haven't found in other ambers. So those are my 3 favorites: Yves Rocher's Ambre Noir, Aerin's Amber Musk, and Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. And now I'd love to hear from you. If you have a favorite amber fragrance that you would like to recommend, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you'd like to, subscribe and join me. I'll be putting out more great content in the weeks to come. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again next time.